Hi, I'm Kisiah, owner of Calming Soul's Massage, and this is Beyond the Field. From collegiate to professional to former athletes and the wellness providers that support them, we have conversations that don't always make it to the headlines. The conversations that impact them the most and the ones that impact their play and their lives. Beyond the Field is one that you don't want to miss if you're wanting to have a deep dive into recovery, to wellness, and how to support your body as a whole. Because what you do beyond the field matters just as much as what you do on it.
Hey, I'm Malcolm Doepke. I'm the founder of Cincy Run Club, former collegiate swimmer, current runner, and I am training for a marathon this spring.
So I'm excited to have you here.
Yeah.
So you were a college athlete.
Yes.
Swimming, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something that you've always done, or can you kind of tell me about how you ended up swimming in college?
Yeah, my parents started me swimming when I was 5 years old. My older siblings were also swimmers, so it's kind of like a family thing. And so I had always swam like all through my childhood into grade school. And I wasn't like an elite level swimmer, but I still really enjoyed it and I loved to compete. And so once I got into high school, I started looking at different schools that would recruit me and found a smaller D2 college that checked all the boxes that I was looking for and ended up going there for a couple of years before transferring to UC.
Nice. So what was the, I guess, like the training style, like, between the two colleges? Did you notice a difference? Did one favor recovery more than other? Were they both kind of?
Well, so when I transferred to UC, I stopped swimming.
Okay.
I ended up tearing my labrum in my shoulder.
Oh, wow.
And it was either get a surgery that didn't really guarantee that I could get back to like swimming shape, or just stop swimming. And at that point, I kind of just wanted to focus on my career more, anyways. So I decided to just stop swimming. But training style wise, it was a lot of really high yardage. Like I was a long distance swimmer. So a lot of yardage, a lot of stress and strain on my arms and legs. We were doing lifts all the time and a lot of training sessions in the pool as well. So just like a lot of like breaking your body down, especially during the season.
Do you still feel like you are experiencing the impacts of that today?
I'm very thankful that I've been able to train around my shoulder injury. I've been able to like strengthen my shoulders through weightlifting to basically have no day-to-day problems. It's still pretty difficult to swim and get yardage in. But that's kind of how I fell in love with running, is just like wanting to find that aerobic and cardio-based exercise that I lost from not being able to swim anymore.
Yeah. Given your injury, what recovery habit do you wish athletes prioritize more? Or do you wish that you would have prioritized more?
Yeah. I think preventative recovery and preventative maintenance of your body just wasn't as big of a thing, especially like in college, it was kind of a thing, but even earlier than college, like in high school and middle school, like that just wasn't a thing. And I think if there was more of a focus on preventative measures, it could avoid a lot of injuries that younger athletes have. Just because usually the first time an athlete will see a trainer is after they get injured or do something.
Yeah, and that's honestly a lot of what I see, like with the students at Miami. Like, again, a lot of them, they've never had any sort of recovery treatment, and it's if they have, has been for an injury. Like they have only seen a PT
Yeah.
or maybe a chiropractor.
Yeah.
But nothing else. So what, so you mentioned like now you're into running.
Yeah.
When did that transition happen, and what does that look like for you now?
I had always done like pretty light runs,
Mm-hmm.
even in like high school, just to stay in shape when I couldn't necessarily get into a pool. But even at like a 3 mile run, I would be like gassed and would hate it. But I really started getting into more distance running and like running regularly. Um, Probably when I was around like 20.
Okay.
Just trying to figure out like what to do with myself
Mm-hmm.
since I wasn't swimming anymore. And running was just like such an outlet for me where, I kind of missed those like longer hours in the pool training.
Yeah.
And it's not really the same thing when you're weightlifting, you're doing other stuff like that. So running just became kind of an outlet where I could just release a bunch of stress from the day at school.
Yeah. And you're training for a marathon, right? Or about to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran my first marathon last May,
Okay.
the Flying Pig, and it's just addicting. Like,
Yeah.
I've always loved competing. Like, I was a college athlete,
Mm-hmm.
loved to compete, still do. And so after I did my first marathon, I was like, that, all right, the next thing I want to do is try to go for Boston. So I'm training for a marathon in April, trying to get a Boston qualifying time.
Yeah.
It's ambitious.
And what is the qualifying time for Boston?
2:55 for
Oh, wow.
men.
And that's for a full marathon.
Yep.
And do you know where you're at right now?
So the Flying Pig, I went 3:35.
Okay.
So I have to probably shave about 50 seconds if I actually want to qualify.
Yeah.
So like I said, ambitious, but I have been working to take steps to like actually get there. Like
Yeah.
I've hired a coach, planning on starting to see you more for recovery. So just taking those steps.
How intense is your training schedule during in season versus off season?
Yeah, so after I did the marathon in May, I almost was exclusively in the gym lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of working on more aesthetic goals, trying to shave body weight. But now that I'm kind of back into a training routine for a long distance race, I'm doing a lot more runs, doing a lot more speed work, which means more impact on my body. I haven't gotten to more distance yet, but that's coming. And that's really just gonna start breaking down my body. So
Yeah.
I'm starting to think about how to recover better, how to fuel myself better, and just do everything I can to hit that goal.
And so so you have your own like run club here in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
So when did that develop, and kind of what was the goal and the mission behind that?
So we started June of 2024.
Okay.
And at the time, I was looking around at run clubs in Cincinnati. I really wanted to join one, and just didn't really see any that really fit the demographic that I was looking for. And so started sending some texts to friends, and kind of like Michael was saying from Marie Street, like basically drug a bunch of my friends
Yeah.
out. We did a run together, grabbed coffee afterwards, and
Yeah.
it just started becoming a Saturday morning ritual, where we meet up, we do a little run, and then we grab a coffee after, and it just like, it's such a great way, or it was such a great way to like start a Saturday morning, like, and it just caught on like wildfire. We would post about it. There's such a power in social media beyond just the obsession and the time suck that it's said to be.
Yeah.
But there's really like a power if you use it correctly.
Yeah.
To bring people together and empower people to become something that they want to be.
Yeah.
So started in June of 2024 with about 8 people on the first run, and I'm just so thankful to have seen it grow into what it is now, that really brings out like 100 people to every run.
Yeah, which is amazing. Yeah. So there is like a stereotype about runners where you guys don't stretch or like warm up before. So do you feel like that's true? Do you see that with a lot of the people that come to the runs on Saturdays, or?
Yeah, I mean, I am one of those people, unfortunately, that does not stretch out enough.
Yeah.
And there's no shame in it. Like everybody falls victim to that. I try to make it a point to lead stretches because I do understand the importance of that, especially to avoid injury. As a guy who has gone through an injury himself, like I know how important that is. But, like in the winter when everybody's packed inside before we start running, it's a little bit harder to lead stretches and for everybody to spread out. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely that stereotype, and unfortunately it's true, where not a lot of people do stretch out properly. Especially for like social groups where the main focus isn't necessarily the run itself, but it's like just bringing people together. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have you flip over onto your stomach. Okay. So with your injury, I know you said that there was a possibility for you to get surgery, but you ended up not getting surgery. So can you talk a little bit about what your rehab was like and how important was therapeutic care, like massage, if you got any of that during that time?
Yeah. So I was actually still swimming on the torn labrum in season for about half the season.
Oh, wow.
And there were times where I would just be in like excruciating pain. But I was really determined to like finish out the season and see what times I could go. And so that season I was in the training room like every single day, getting stim treatment, getting ice, getting massage, getting stretched. And, like, I don't think I would have been able to even finish that season if it weren't for the support of, like, the training staff. Like, doing the massage and doing the stim and doing all of the different things to help manage the pain and manage the injury.
Yeah.
And then kind of after that season, I started seeing a physical therapist and doing, like, strengthening exercises with bands. And, we would do the recovery stuff too of massage and stim, just trying to manage that pain.
Yeah.
But it was a battle, like getting back to a place where I could actually like train on it. So, the importance of prioritizing exercises and preventative care to avoiding that stuff is just, it's so often overlooked.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like a lot of recovery practices are very like reactive instead of proactive, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, insurance doesn't really cover preventative care.
Yeah.
For orthopedic stuff, at least.
Yeah. So what does a typical training and recovery routine look like for you during season versus off season?
So I've hired a coach to help me train for this marathon, mainly because of the time that I need to shave off.
Yeah.
Like I need help developing the speed work to go that fast. So he writes all of my workouts on a weekly basis. Shout out Corey Ackerman, Auk Athletics. He writes all my workouts. Right now, I'm doing 4-ish runs per week, 1 bike day, which is kind of like a cross-training recovery day, and then 2 lifts per week as well. So that includes like some days that I do double workouts. And then in contrast, like when I was on the off season, I was running just twice a week just for Run Club, like just doing the Run Club runs. And I was spending the other 4 days of the week, with the exception of 1 off day, in the gym, just lifting, working on strength training. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty big difference, like putting that much running and cardio back into your routine.
And then what do your recovery practices look like during those times?
I've started stretching in the sauna. Like I'm a big fan of the sauna. Not only from like a physical perspective, but a mental perspective as well. It just really helps me relax and de-stress.
Yeah.
But it's also a great time to like put your phone back in the locker and just disconnect and focus on your body. So I either meditate in the sauna or stretch in the sauna. And so, you know, that's a good like solid 15 to 20 minute block of stretching that I get. And mostly focused on legs, but depending on what I've done in the gym, sometimes arms. So I do that. I've started going to Contrast Studios, which does sauna and then cold plunge immediately after, which has been really, really great for soreness and muscle recovery. So I plan on continuing to do that into the spring during the on season for training. And then, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen you, but I'm taking this really seriously. So I mean, I'm planning on coming back to see you and getting stretched out more often.
Yeah.
Just because I'm really bad at stretching.
Yeah.
Myself, like just my discipline with that. If I'm not in the sauna, I just won't stretch for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I feel like they struggle with making it a habit, you know?
Yeah.
It's not that some people either just don't know what to do and how to do it, but I think people are just like, this is boring. I don't want to sit here and do all this. And so, yeah, I get it. There's something that you mentioned that you like meditate in the sauna. And yeah, I just want to talk a little bit more about that. Like, when did you start doing that? What introduced you to that? And is that just like after, you know, you get done with the workout, or do you do that as like a daily practice?
It's certainly not a daily practice, but I try to be very in tune with my emotions and my body. And when I'm feeling stressed out, I try to check myself as much as I can and do something about it, so I don't make any bad decisions or cope in negative ways.
Yeah.
So, you know, going back to running too, like running is such a freeing activity for your mind. Even if you are listening to music, but if you're not listening to music, it's just very meditative. But I started getting into meditation in college because I was studying psychology and just started reading about the importance of being meditative and being in tune with your body and your mind. And so I started getting on Headspace, which is an app that has free features.
Oh, yeah.
So I was doing Headspace, you know, doing all that different stuff, anything to help my recovery and my sleep. And I've found that meditation really helps you fall asleep faster, but also just like the quality of your sleep improves as well.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. And then just let me know when to stop.
Okay.
You okay?
No, that feels good.
Okay. Do you feel the stretch?
Yes.
Do you want to go a little bit deeper?
We can go a little bit deeper.
Okay. I had to stop saying to people, "Are you good here?" Because I feel like they were taking it as a challenge. And like they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you can keep going," but it's like, "Are you feeling the stretch?" is the question. So with everything that you have going on with like the run club and then, you working, what does like a typical day look like for you right now?
Yeah, I wake up about 5:30. I go to the gym, and since it is pretty cold outside, I'm doing most of my runs on treadmills right now. And since I'm training for a flat course for the marathon, I don't really mind training on a treadmill.
Yeah. Are you good here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So wake up about 5:30, have a little carb before I go train. Do my training.
What's your carb of choice?
I am a big fan of fruit. I try to eat as naturally as possible. So I try to have a banana and then rice cakes are my other big carb. It fills you up.
Yeah.
And it's not that caloric. So try to have a banana, a little rice cake, and then go train. And then get ready for my 8 to 5 during the day. I work in creative advertising.
Okay.
So desk job, unfortunately, but I do that 8 to 5. And then just depending on the day, sometimes I'll have a double for training. So sometimes I'll have a double. Other times I'll have run club that evening. And other times I just try to like see my friends. Like,
Yeah.
Michael was saying this before, but that's just like a big outlet of like de-stressing for me. It's just like seeing other people. I'm definitely an extrovert.
Are you really?
So yeah, that's kind of it. And then I try to get at least 7 hours of sleep a night. I guess also I cook for myself. I love to cook.
Were you like in the kitchen as a kid with your mom or?
Yes. Yeah, she was always putting me to work. My sister jokes that like I was obsessed with grating cheese. Like I would just love to get a cheese grater and a block of cheese and just like grate the whole block. That was before they had iPads,
Yeah.
Needed a different form of entertainment.
What was the first thing you ever cooked?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Well, I'll go first. My mom showed me how to make scrambled eggs when I was like 6. And that was the first thing I ever cooked.
Scrambled eggs.
Yeah. She showed me how to make scrambled eggs.
Man, nothing is like coming to mind of what the first thing I cooked. I will say the first like recipe I ever followed was for pad thai. Pad thai.
Did it turn out the way that you had hoped it would?
I think so. Yeah, it was a little fishier than like the ones that you get at a Thai restaurant.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was delicious.
Yeah.
I love pad thai.
What's like your go-to post-run meal? Do you have one?
So just a little bit of background, like on my off season is right after the marathon, I started seeing a dietitian and really wanted to like cut. Like I had gained about 15 pounds and really wanted to like cut all of that weight. So I was on a pretty high deficit and I wasn't eating that many carbs.
Okay.
So I wasn't eating like pasta or anything like that. So I was doing a lot of like grilled or like pan-seared like chicken and a veggie. Like that's one of my favorite meals. Just like a really good juicy chicken breast and some sauteed broccoli or something. But recently, since I've started training more and my dietitian has me back on like I'm still at a deficit, crazy enough. And instead of 2,100 calories, I'm at 3,000 right now. But
Okay.
I'm starting to really like pasta again.
Yeah.
So some pasta, some ground turkey, a little pasta sauce, and some Parmesan cheese on top.
Nice.
That's my go-to right now.
Have you tried the protein pasta?
Oh, that's all I eat.
Yeah.
None of the enriched flour.
Yeah.
Crap.
I did 75 hard.
Oh.
And
Good for you.
Thank you. And my like diet of choice was high protein,
Yeah.
low carb. I was in a deficit. It wasn't anything too crazy though, because my goal was to like build mass, but lean out still. So, but yeah, there were so many different things that I did to get extra protein in that I would have never done before. Like if you had put cottage cheese in my face, even as early as like August, I would have been like not touching that. And now it's just like I put that in. I've made like Alfredo sauce with cottage cheese.
So that's actually like the biggest hack ever is making Alfredo sauce with cottage cheese.
Yeah.
Because it has basically no calories.
Yeah.
It's super high protein.
Yeah.
And it tastes delicious.
The trick that I figured out though was like when I buy the cottage cheese, I'll just batch blend it.
Yeah.
So that way it's just already there, and it's
Very smart.
Because the texture stresses me out.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
No, I completely agree. But doing that is really good. I've made like some queso dip with
cottage
it.
Cheese, nice.
Just as a snack, and so I'll have some chips with that. But yeah, I feel the same way. Like I'm trying to get as many different sources of protein as possible.
Yeah.
And I love fruit.
Mm-hmm.
So I could never do keto.
Yeah.
Because there's so many carbs in fruit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just a really deep stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, especially with you like being a runner, you really want to make sure that your groin and like your adductors are mobile and loose, because groin injuries are terrible. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I need to see you very soon.
Yeah. Are these sides...
I was actually thinking about it like before you texted me about this.
Are these sides feeling equally the same, or is this side a little bit more intense?
I would say that's a little bit tighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you, and I can't remember if we did this before. I'm going to have you push down into my hip. Make sure that your leg does not come up. So really focus on straightening that leg out, and I'm going to resist against you, okay?
Okay.
Give me like 80 to 90% effort. And relax. And again. And relax. One more time. And relax. Any pain with that? Okay, good. All right. Do you have any advice for any young athletes or athletes that are in college right now? Like, I know you mentioned that you were kind of pushing through that injury that you had.
Yeah.
Like, is there, if you can go back and tell your younger self anything different, what would that be?
Man, that's a good question. We kind of talked about it earlier, but don't skip out on the recovery and just like taking care of yourself. As a young person, it's like super easy to just like skip that stuff because you feel like you're invincible. But even just like a couple years later, you will realize that you were very not invincible.
Yeah.
So recover, like as hard as you train. Because ultimately, like that'll help you get better and faster and stronger too. And then just like be intentional, be mindful. Just don't let the wind carry you.
Yeah.
Take control of your life.
Yeah, I love that. I heard a saying recently where it's like, if you don't take control of your life, it'll take control of you. And then one day you'll wake up and you'll realize you're somewhere that you didn't intend to be.
Yeah.
So. Alrighty, any final last words before we end here?
Go see Kisiah. She is excellent.
Thank you, thank you.
And she's just such a great person too. Like beyond just like professionally.